Hi guys. Goodness gracious. Let me just tell you, let me be the first to tell you that this has been quite a journey. So we are on shot number 9, right? So 9. Shot number 9. We ended up titrating up to, I don't have it in here, 7.5. When I went to the doctor, I had gotten down to 399.0, right? Like even. And then on Sunday, about 3 days before I took this injection, I all of a sudden had incredible swelling in my feet, calves, and hands. And when I say swelling, I mean I couldn't bend my toes. I had a really hard time bending my fingers. Like even right now, my fingers are tingling. And I thought that tingling and like antsy sort of feeling in my fingers and in my toes was because, well, in my fingers mostly, was because of the, just some carpal tunnel issues. That's what I thought. That's what it reminded me of. But the doctor told me, and it's actually a very common side effect of Depo. And I was like, oh gosh, okay. So we are 2 months in on the Depo. It'll be 3 months. I started June 19th, July 19th, and we are now, August 19th? June, July to August. Yeah, we're 2 months in with the Depo in my system, and I will say this, the pain relief is insane. I would get excruciating cramps, back pain, leg pain, like just the pain from my uterus would just radiate throughout my whole body. Bad headaches, nausea, like it was really bad during my periods. There were days where, like especially on the first day, like the first full period day, I would be out. I would just be asleep. Like I just had no energy, I had no strength, no nothing, and I would just be done. But this time around, I didn't feel the way it normally does, even though I have been bleeding for over a month now, because today is the 19th and I'm still bleeding, and the clotting is still insane. The pain is like the other symptoms is just like, wow, what a relief. Like I can't even explain it. It's just wow. I'm having very little cramping, like very minimal cramping at night normally. And it's been like on and off. It has not been the whole month. I've maybe had, I would say maybe 5 or 6 days of it in a row, but just, a few days here and there outside of that row. However, I was like, okay, so I did actually gain weight. On Saturday, I was down to 339.0 even. And then all of a sudden, by Wednesday, which when I went into the doctor, I actually did not weigh in here at home. Me and David were out of town. And so we just drove straight to the doctor. So I weighed in at the doctor at 345 pounds, which means I gained, 6 pounds? 6 pounds. 6 pounds in just a few days. I know for a fact it's not actual weight that I gained. It's weight on the scale, but it was a lot of fluid and water retention. I've already lost, like within a day or two, I was already losing it. And the swelling has gone down a lot, and then it started coming back. And then, so I'm dealing with a lot of that right now. And I'm not going to lie to you, I am not feeling well at all. Like I am back to I am back to having lost that 6 pounds again, but the the swelling is coming and going. It's really hard to explain because I've never dealt with anything like this before that stayed consistently. So it's a little concerning to me. I did go back to the OB today regarding the blood clotting and the continuous bleeding. And I was told that my iron level had gone up about 0.3. And although that was taken 10 days ago, so she tested me again today, because my actual like complete blood count levels or my hemoglobin, I don't know. I didn't understand. She was just talking and I was just like, huh? And all I really heard was that my blood count is very low, like incredibly so. And although they are currently working with the outpatient program at the hospital here to get my surgery scheduled to go in and a histoscopia or something like that, where basically they're going to go inside of my uterus with a camera, take a look around, take a biopsy, almost do a D&C where they scrape out all of the lining that they can. And then they told me that since I will be under anesthesia, that it is a good idea at that time to switch from depot to an IUD. And I'm like, because they said the only way that we are going to get your bleeding to stop, because of the amount of bleeding you have and the amount of fibroids you have, is going to be a complete hysterectomy. And that is like our last resort. And I'm like, okay. So they did another blood test today. And they told me that if my blood counts have dropped at all from the last blood test, which she believes they have due to the amount of bleeding and clotting that I've had, that they're not, they did have me, they did reschedule me for 2 weeks to come back. But if that is the case, they are just going to call me and have me go directly to the hospital. So I was like, okay. And they said if I have another night like I did last night, that I need to report directly to the hospital because I need to have a blood transfusion, because I've just lost so much blood. And I'm like, oh my God. And they're like, since you'll already be there, just let them know I'm your doctor. We're scheduling surgery, and they will get a hold of me. And then I could come meet you there while you're admitted and do that surgery then. So we didn't have to wait, because right now it doesn't look like it's going to happen until the middle of September. And I'm like, and she told me, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know that you have until the middle of September to go without figuring out what this is from. So that's what we're waiting on right now. David had a great idea for me to pack a bag to make sure that I am prepared and ready, in case I do end up having to go to the hospital, because the blood clotting has severely diminished during the day, but it is, I don't know how to explain this. And I'm so sorry if this is TMI, but, on Saturday night, I had a blood clot as big as my fist, as thick as my fist, like full on. And it had tentacles. It was like an octopus. It was gigantic. And then this morning at 2:00 in the morning, and today's Monday, so Sunday night, Monday morning, I had one that was the size of my foot without any toes. And I was like, okay, this is getting scary, like for real. I've never had blood clots that size before. I have had really big ones before, but I've never had them those sizes. And that just kind of, at 2:00 in the morning, I woke up, I had that blood clot. I released that blood clot. And until 4:00 in the morning, I kept releasing more and more and more. That was the biggest one, but none of them were small. None of them. They were very big. And I'm like, okay. So for 2 hours, pretty much every few minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, back to 5 minutes, back to like, I literally just got off the toilet. I have to go sit back down because they're coming out. And so it's been scary. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know that I'm going to have a video to post on Friday, which Tuesdays are my normal posting days. And I've just been throwing in the bonus of Fridays, but I don't know what's going to happen. So I am going to pack a bag. I am fully anticipating needing to go to the hospital. And none of this is fun and it's scary, but it's part of my journey. It's part of my health journey. And yeah, so it's scary. Not, yeah, but none of this has anything to do with my GLP-1 injections. This just so happens to be something that is happening at the same time. It is just coincidence. However, this week, outside of Wednesday being hungry, on Wednesday I was hungry. And then once I took my injection on Wednesday, I've had no more hunger, no more anything. Like, I'm not nauseous. I'm not, I do still have my normal bowel issues, but there's nothing, I mean, the hormones in my body that are going insane are probably the biggest culprit of all of that. But I will say that there is some good news. Last injection, last dosing up. So my last box that I got was my second box at 5 milligrams. The 5 milligrams was very, very, very hard to come by. Remember, I had to call 11 different pharmacies, yada, yada, yada. And then I finally found it. Well, with the 7.5, actually with the refill for the 5, because I just picked it up because I said just in case she keeps me on 5. And I just picked it up. And it was ready the same day that it was due. And it was actually my insurance company let me pick it up early. So instead of the 21 days that I normally am supposed to wait, 25. They let me pick it up 3 days earlier than I'm supposed to take it. So if it's a 28-day cycle, they're letting me pick it up on day 25. This time they let me pick it up on day 21. So I picked it up 1 week early. And then I got that injection, or I got that box of 5 without issue. And I talked to the pharmacist and she told me, hey, I remember you, just so you know, the issue that we were having the last time you picked up your medication, it seems to have gotten a lot better and we are no longer having those same issues that we were then. So, we're having a lot easier time finding the medication and having it delivered when we put in the request for refills. So you likely should not have to deal with what you've been dealing with as far as like having to search. You likely will not have to search all of Texas to find your next box. I said, hey, that's great. So then when the 7.5 was requested, it was filled, I would say within an hour. It took a little while not because of the Mounjaro, because as the minute I left the doctor's office, I did call and ask and they did have it. So it wasn't the Mounjaro that was the issue. They told me they had one box of 7.5 just on standby. So that box ended up being mine, but it was a different medication, 2 actually other medications that my doctor ended up giving me 3-month supply of. That's what caused the delay in filling the prescriptions. But as soon as they got the Mounjaro refill or Mounjaro request, they just pulled it for me, slapped my label on it, even though all of the medications were not ready. It took about an hour for me to get them, which is no big deal at all. So that's some really good news for those of us that are on the name brand medication, that it is seemingly getting better for some of us in some places. I know that it greatly depends upon where you live. and what kind of pharmacy you're using, and what pharmacy you're using, in order to have the same sort of results that I've had, as far as finding them. So I'm well aware of that, but I'm just letting you know from my own personal experience, the issue that I had last month compared to the issue that I've had with my refill and this new dose. So hopefully that is really becomes the norm from now on. Now I'm just gonna be honest with you. I do not know if I am gonna post a video come Friday. I don't know what's gonna happen, and I just have to take it day by day right now. So be prepared for there not to be a video on Friday. I will do my best, even if all it is me just updating you guys next Tuesday. That's what I will do, but I don't know if I'm gonna have it in me to make another video for Friday, because right now it's really hard to even do this one. And yeah, but I'm gonna go pack my bag and be ready just in case I need to go out there. So I would just want to give you guys some digital hugs. I just want to see how your week has been. I just love hearing about your accomplishments, and I just want to be there to help you through your struggles. I adore you guys so much. So today's emoji is going to be, let's just put a heart emoji. I really, 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 really adore you guys. And I really, really look forward to hearing about how your week has been. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day.